What up gamers, Fancier here, and welcome to my reaction to Genshin Impact's Teyvat chapter storyline preview Travail, which also contains spoilers, just that's what it says in the title here. But yeah, one of you guys suggested this video to me because apparently this video showcases each of the nations of Teyvat here, and I'm very much interested in that. So far, I've experienced all the way up to Inazuma, so I know about Mondstadt, Liyue, and Inazuma. And yeah, I think this video does show the upcoming nations, and I just want to see and find out. And also, apparently this video was uploaded a day before the game was first released, so that's pretty interesting if it does contain spoilers. Yeah, it's kind of like interesting that they decide to do that. Anyways, here we go. Let's begin.
We had no time to say goodbye, so let's not call it that.
I'll see you next time. That's a better way to put it then. See you later.
The war has already begun. It is just a continuation of past battles. The gods goad us on with the promise of their 7 treasures, rewards for the worthy, the doorway to divinity. Yet buried in the depths of this world lies smoldering remains, a warning to those that dare trespass.
Oh,
That throne
Ether and
in the
Lumen.
sky is not reserved for you. But mortal arrogation never stops. None will escape the flames. See for yourself.
Okay, I will.
The dragon
Acts
who
prologue,
defended
the Outlander who
Mondstadt
caught
for
the wind.
millennia finally faces his perturbation. What
Oh,
does
Diluc.
freedom really mean when demanded of you by a god? The god
Act
of
1, Farewell
contracts,
Archaic
senselessly
Lord.
slaughtered as his people
Wait,
watched
isn't this
on in
these the
horror.
chapters of each of
In
the
the end, he will sign
the Archon quest?
contract to end all contracts.
Just realized that. I remember that name.
In the
Act 2,
secluded
Omnipresence
land of
over
the
mortals.
immortal Shogun,
Okay, so are we
the
going in
fool
order
was
of the
eternal.
Archon quest story?
But what do mortals see of
There's
the
Ayaka.
eternity chased after by their god?
Okay. So I guess they're just showing off a bit of the character
The god
models.
of wisdom's enemy
Act
is
3,
wisdom
Truth amongst the
itself,
page of
and the oasis of
Purana.
knowledge is a mirage
Sumeru. So
in
yeah,
the
this
desert of
here
ignorance. In the city of scholars, there is
I'll
a
be
push
going to
for
next.
folly,
There's Sino,
yet the god
or
of
Kaino,
wisdom makes no argument against it.
in the City of Scholars. God of
The
Wisdom.
god of justice lives for the spectacle of the courtroom, seeking to judge all other gods. But even she knows not to
Dang.
make an enemy of the divine.
Got Linny and Lynette. I'm gonna try to get Linny, by the way.
rules of war are
I'm trying to
wrought
get him.
from the womb. The victors shall burn bright, while the losers must turn to ash.
Natlan, Incandescent Ode of Resurrection.
When the god of war shares this secret with
God
the
of
dragon,
War. Hey, that's a new
it's because
character.
she has her reasons.
Is that the Pyro Archon?
She is a god with no love left for her
Ever
people,
Winter Without
nor
Mercy.
do they
Okay,
have
so this
any
must
love
be
for her.
Snezhnaya, right? Oh.
Her followers
I want to see more of this
to be on
place.
her side when the
Oh,
day of
snap.
her rebellion against the divine
There's the
comes
Fatsui in the
at
back.
last. In the perpetual meantime of a sheltered eternity, most are content to live and not to dream.
Oh, is this near the end?
But in the hidden corners,
So there's going to be
where the
7
god's
chapters, you
gaze
know,
does not
pretty much like
fall,
one for each
there are
nation
those
and
who dream
element.
of dreaming.
Wait, there's another?
Some say a few are
Khaenri'ah,
chosen,
what?
the rest are
Wait.
plagues. But I say
Dainsleif.
patience
Dude,
have
this is... Oh my gosh, dude.
We will defy this world with a power from beyond. Now, you who has set foot in this world,
I am curious about Khaenri'ah.
your journey has reached its end, but one final doorway remains.
Like, I wonder if
Step
Dainsleif
forth if you have understood the
has his own
meaning of your
unique
journey.
vision.
Defeat
Oh.
me, command me to step aside. Show me that you are worthier than I to rescue her.
Defeat you.
Then, the threads of all fate will be yours to reweave.
So I'm guessing that this is Dainsleif that's narrating. And do we have to defeat him in the final chapter to prove that we can save her?
Memory has all but faded completely. But I will always remember how much she too loved these flowers.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay, let's talk about it. So it looks like this video does do an outline of the overall Archon quest, which is the main quest of Genshin Impact. And that's pretty interesting to do like a day before the game was released because I mean from here we get we get to see the entire story here, but just a small very small preview of it. Yeah, it does go by act, starting off with the prologue over here, the Outlander who caught the wind, and we saw Diluc over here. So yeah, it's that whole Archon quest storyline. This is what made me think about that this was the Archon quest, which is the Farewell Archaic Lord Act 1 over here, because I did remember the title at least, so that's when I realized it was going through the Archon quest of Genshin Impact. But yeah, we have Ningguang here. We know that whole story. And then Act 2, Omnipresent over Mortals. So this is the one that I just finished up. And then we get to see Ayaka. But yeah, she was an awesome character in the story. I do like her character. And then coming up for me, which is Act 3, Truth Amongst the Pages of Purana, where we have the God of Wisdom here. So yeah, at the beginning, we had the God of Freedom. Does it say God of Freedom in the subtitles? I don't think so. But I think he's the God of Freedom. And then the God of Contracts is for Leeway. And then the God of Eternity is Inazuma. I guess it doesn't say in the subtitles. And then Act 3 in Sumeru will be God of Wisdom. Oh, you know what? I guess that makes sense because I remember just in the story, they were talking about Sumeru and their scholars. So is there like, they talked about the academy or the academia. So I wonder if there's just like an entire school there, like just a really big school. And that's for like the wisdom. But then we get to see Sino here, which is kind of interesting. I think I remember one of you guys told me like just what each region is based on, where with Sumeru, it's a mix of like different, I guess two different things at least. But yeah, I'm guessing it's like maybe one part scholar, one part like Egyptian, just based on like his clothing. But that's pretty cool if that's the case. But then we get to the God of Justice. It looks like it's talking about the courtroom stuff. So are we gonna get like some Better Call Saul stuff going on? But yeah, this is Fontaine, which I'm looking forward to because from like what little I've seen, they do have some really cool outfits. Like I like their outfits. I think it's really like I guess more on the modern side of things, and also just with the high tech with all they got. Yeah, I like all their technology. I think it's cool. And then we get to Act 5, Incandescent Ode of Resurrection. Oh, here it is, the God of War, which, yeah, then we have this character here, which has not been released yet, at least to my knowledge. But that's cool that they do have like the artwork already, like the characters planned out for each nation. Like, yeah, like I assume that when the game released, like Fontaine was like maybe around a year ago, and Genshin, I think right now is 3 years old, like around 3 or 4. So yeah, that's really cool that they do already have some character designs planned out. It makes me wonder, like I thought maybe they would just do it along the way, like make up the story along the way. But no, they do have this whole thing planned out, and I think that's really cool. Natsland, that's the name of the, I guess the Pyro Archon nation. I wonder if this is it, if that's the Pyro Archon. And then we get to Act 6, Everwinter Without Mercy. So this is going to be Snezhnaya, which is, you know, the hometown of the Fatui guys. This one I'm looking forward to a lot, especially with the release because I do want to play more of the Fatui characters. Like I think they look so cool. Like I hope they do get a lot of characters, like kind of like with the Knights of Favonius. With these guys, I really love their character designs and also their overall look. I think they're the coolest ones out of all these 7 nations. Yeah, these guys I do like a lot with their looks and stuff. You know, that does make me want to get characters like I believe with Child and also Arlecchino. I think she's also Futsui. But yeah, we went through all the 7 nations here from Mondstadt, Leeway. But yeah, we pretty much went through all of them where I guess all of them have their own associated elements, with Mondstadt being Animo, and then Leeway with Geo, Inuzuma Electro, Sumeru I think is Dendro, and then Fontaine is Hydro. Yeah, Pyro and then Cryo over here. So we went through all seven nations with their own associated visions or elements. And it does make me wonder, for the next nation here, where apparently, yeah, the next act, Khaenri'ah. So, like the dream yet to be dream. It looks like at some point at the end here, we're going to like visit Khaenri'ah, and that does make me wonder what they're gonna do with the story there, or with like the characters in their elements. I wonder if their elements are going to be based on ether or lumine, because with them they can switch between the divisions. And I wonder if Dainsleif, like now that I think about it, if Dainsleif can also do the same thing. But yeah, I'm wondering about this. This is the most interesting one. Like Khaenri'ah, like as I learn more about it over time in the Archon quest, like this is my, I guess, most interesting faction or nation that I've seen. Like it is a nation without a god, and I just wonder how that's going to work with the elements if it is just going to be like ether, which yeah, that's going to be a lot of like move sets, man. If they decide to make characters. Like I assume that maybe Dainsleif would be playable. He might be like the only other character that can switch between visions. But yeah, I imagine that that might be way too much work if they want to make more Khaenri'ah characters. Or you know what? What if we don't get Dainsleif, because at some point he did say that we have to defeat him to see if we're like worthy or something to prove ourselves if we can save Lumine? Like from what you guys said as well, that Ether is the actual main character and that Lumine is the Abyss sister. I wonder if we do just beat up Dainsleif, and I guess maybe he won't be playable. I'm not sure. If it does go like that and we save Lumine, that maybe Lumine will be like another playable character at the end. Like we obtain her so we can get like 2 of the travelers. That'd be kind of fun. I would like that a lot. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, Khaenri'ah, my most look forward to nation. I wasn't sure if they're going to explore Khaenri'ah. Like, I guess the Abyss Order achieved their goals. Like they are able to resurrect, or try to do something with Khaenri'ah. I know that's their whole thing, was to resurrect Khaenri'ah, I think. I guess somehow they achieved that. I wonder what it's gonna be like. Like I said, as I learn over time, it's just very, very interesting to me. Also, one more interesting thing that I noticed is that this video here is called the Teyvat chapter storyline preview Travail. And that Teyvat part, the Teyvat chapter, I think Teyvat is the continent or world of Genshin Impact. I'm not sure if it's either one or both. Yeah, just calling it Teyvat chapter makes me think that, I guess after this whole storyline, this whole Archon quest, if we're going to explore other places, like other worlds maybe. Yeah, that's just a thought that I noticed when it was just called the Teyvat chapter storyline. Because I assume with Genshin Impact, man, like this game is so successful that after all this, I can't imagine them not making more content after the whole Archon quest, so it does make me think about that stuff. We'll see if we do beat up Dainsleif, if he'll be playable, or maybe at the end, Lumine will be added to our party, like after we save her, possibly. Yeah, we'll definitely see about that. Anyways, yeah, like I said, this whole thing is just an outline of the Archon quest, and I think it's pretty interesting from what I've seen over here. I can't wait to resume the story once I begin Sumeru, and then Fontaine, and then we go to Natalan, and then Snezhnaya. Snezhnaya, man, if you don't count Khaenri'ah, my favorite, but since we got Khaenri'ah, dude, it's gonna be so weird once Khaenri'ah is available. Like, I'm not sure if it's gonna be like a small area, kind of like the chasm. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like that. Like, if this is its own place, it does make me wonder of like the content that it might have. If it's gonna be as big as Leeway, or like Mondstadt, or like Inazuma, those type of things. Just like how important it is. Because this feels like a wrap up to the whole story. But like, I don't know if they want to explore too much. Like, I don't know if they want to wrap up things like right away. Because it seems like with like each of the Khaenri'ah related quest line in the Archon quest, that it's usually like really short compared to like the nation's Archon quest. So I'm not sure if they want to keep that same length. But yeah, that's my reaction and thoughts to the Teyvat chapter storyline previewed Travail. Now I turn it over to you guys. What do you guys think of this trailer? Do you like it or dislike it? Love or to hate it? Let me know down in the comments below. I think it's very interesting to see like an outline. It doesn't give away too much, just like a feel for each of the Archon quest acts, and I can't wait to see how this all ends up, man. I'm imagining that just based on the outline that maybe this will all be done within, like, I guess the total amount of years I'm assuming might be like maybe 5 or 6 years, because right now we have Fontaine, that's the 5th nation, so we're more than halfway there. In the Archon quest, I think. It's already been like maybe what, like 3 to 4 years? So yeah, maybe on the 5th or 6th year, maybe that's when we get to experience Khaenri'ah. That'll be really exciting, man. Can't wait for that. Anyway, guys, yeah, that'll be it for now. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good